Hi everyone, today we're talking about Square stock, and the Square stock is down about 30% as of recording this video. It's not had a day like this for quite a while, and it's pretty much mean that it's lost a market value of about 13 billion because of this. And the reason why is I think there's been a couple of downgrades on Square and a little bit question of the actual business model of Square. And then to top it off, the CFO departed, which I've put an article on over the top about. And it lost big time because it was a bit of a surprise, really. I didn't think anyone kind of expected it, and because of it, I think it took a lot of people by surprise. And another thing that I think's put a lot of pressure on is that Jack Dorsey, who is the CEO of Square, and I think that because he's always had a little bit of hate in the kind of like media about Twitter and how he ran Twitter, I think that that's kind of led to the same thing with Square. But I think people were kind of like appreciating how well Square was doing with the growth side of it. And now, because a lot of the like powers have gone back to Jack Dorsey, I think that this has put a few people like question him again and saying, is he going to be able to run Twitter, and is he going to be able to run Square at the same time? Is it still going to be able to meet a lot of the earnings report and making sure it meets that earning per share and the sales of it? So I think that's put a lot of pressure on the stock. Like I say, we've got a couple of analysts that have now put the actual price target a little bit lower. One person has a sell rate on it for $30, which I think is a bit low. But yeah, it has damaged Square quite a bit. And the thing with Square is it's a growth stock, it's not a value stock, and when it's a growth stock and news like this comes out, it hurts a growth stock a lot more than a value stock. So because it's a growth stock, when the sort of negative news comes out, you tend to see the stock react a lot bigger. And that's what it's definitely done. But Square has also been hurt over the last few days with the correction in the stock market. As well as that, growth stocks get hurt a lot more when there's a correction in the market. They sell off a lot more, which has happened. So overall, my opinion in it all is that definitely it questions a little bit of Jack Dorsey and if he's able to run Square now on his own, or if he's going to recruit someone to replace the CFO. It's interesting. We'll probably see in the earnings report if it does affect it quite a bit. I've talked on this channel a lot about Square recently. I've talked about when I used to own shares in Square, the reason why I sold Square, and I do think it's a little bit. I do think it's a good company. I said when it got to $100, I was like, you've got to say this is kind of slightly overvalued now. It's a company that is only just turning to actually making profit. When you look at the turnover, I think the turnover is something like 2.5 billion that it's making at the moment, and it's kind of getting it was the share price was more than PayPal, which PayPal has great fundamentals and great growth, and Square just had the kind of great growth. Overall, the P was kind of ridiculous, really, with them only just making profit. So I said when it got to $100, I was like, this stock is overvalued in my opinion, and I do feel the stock is valued around the $60, $70 range. However, it's a growth stock and people do invest in just purely growth stocks. So I do think it will bounce back from this. There's a lot of fans of Square. I think it will bounce back. I think it will push up a little bit more. But I think it's got to about the price that I'd say it's valued at. So if it did drop lower, then I could consider investing into it. But for me, it's kind of where it should be now, and I do think it does put a few questions onto Square, but overall it is a pretty solid company, and if you're a growth investor, you're probably going to look at this opportunity and go, it's a good time to invest in, which I won't blame you, but it has been a stock that has been hit quite hard over the last few days, so I thought I'd talk about it on this channel because I think there's a few Square fans on the channel. So guys, that's the video for today, talking about Square. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.